Welcome to the Friday Update with Principal Feldman, and I am Miss Price, the 7th and 8th grade math teacher, and I have here...
Yo me llamo Lucero, soy una estudiante del grado 11 y yo voy a estar trasladando hoy para la señora Price.
Today, our updates are for December 10th, we will be having our visit day, where our families and their current students or new students can come and visit the campus.
El primer anuncio de hoy es que en diciembre 10 va a ser el día de visitas para estudiantes o familias que están pensando en atender a la escuela de BayTech.
Thank you. Tutorial will be offered for the remaining of the week as well as next week. The week of finals tutorial will not be available.
La tutoría va a estar disponible esta semana y la semana que viene, pero la semana de los exámenes finales no va a estar disponible.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Muchas gracias, los veremos la semana que viene.
I'd like to introduce to everyone Alejandra. She is my former 11th grade student. She is currently a senior, and we are so proud of her.
Oh, thank you. So what made you go into the art of math?
Glad you said it's an art, though it is often not seen as an art, it's a science. And it's a ministry. For me, it was a calling that I thought that I needed to do to help other younger students be better at math.
Oh, that's very sweet, because math is a difficult subject. What school did you go to?
I initially started school at a historically black college university in Huntsville, Alabama. It is known as one of the second space center cities in this country. Outside of Florida, it is in Texas. Huntsville has one of the best NASA systems there, and it's also one of which that students come and they visit often.
Oh, that's cool. The last one. Where do you get your nails done? They're so pretty.
I go to this. I had to find a place that I found here in the city, and it's called Femi Marcus, something like that, and it's in Berkeley area.
Okay.
I went because of the styling, not because of the place. It's always crowded.
Right, nail salons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Please. So my question for you is, where will you be attending college at?
Where will I be attending college at? My ideal place to study for my kind of field is SF State.
So what field would you like to go into?
Business administration. I have plans for my future to open up a chocolate shop down in downtown Oakland.
Really? Making chocolate? As a chocolatier?
Yes.
Oh, very good. That's very interesting.
That's the plan.
Okay.
One last thing that I would like to mention. There's going to be a talent show on December 12th. Parents are also invited to come and see their child perform their talent. And there will be dancing, music, singing, just any sorts of talent, really. I definitely encourage you to come over to Bay Area Technology School to check out BayTech's talent.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you one of my 8th grade students. This is Valeria.
Hi. I have one question, Ms. Price.
Yes, ma'am.
How many years or months have you taught as a teacher?
This would be my 9th school year as a full-fledged teacher. However, I was a substitute for 7 years prior to becoming a full-time teacher, which I was still full-time.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's been a long time. Will you be in the talent show?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carlos. He's a current 11th grade student here at Bay Area Technology School. Do you have any questions for me?
What do you call a bear without any teeth?
I don't know. A gummy bear?
You got it.
Well, then I have a question for you.
All right.
So what do you call an African unicorn?
A black unicorn?
A zebra.
Oh! Now I have another question for you.
Yes.
What do you call a hippie's wife?
I don't know.
Mississippi.
That's good.
All right. What did the proton say to the neutron? It's a chemistry question, by the way.
Yes, it is. What does a proton say to the neutron?
Yep.
Get out of here.
No. Stay positive.
Right, that's what I thought it was. Oh. So what did pi say to -1?
0.
No. Somebody's not imagining.
I'm not imagining.
Yes, -1 is an imaginary number.
It is? It never got invented?
Carlos, you gotta pay attention in math class.
I never got to learn this. I was kind of sleeping in 7th grade.
Any other questions?
What's 9 plus 10?
Well, if it's a positive 9 and a positive 10, it would be 19. If it's a negative 9 and a positive 10, it would be a positive 1.
And if it's imaginary 9 and imaginary 10?
There's no such thing as imaginary.
Yeah, there is.
What?
It's 21. Use your imagination.
It's not.
You have to use your imagination.
You're talking to someone who had to take derivatives.
Oof.
Right.
I don't even know what that is.
I understand.
I'll use imagination for that. Now I know what it is.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Catherine. She is a former 7th grade student, now a current 8th grade student with my class.
I've always wanted to know, how many years did you go to college for?
So for my undergraduate, I went to college for 4 years. That was from 1994 to 1998. Then I actually attended a graduate program for 2 years. Then I didn't go because my mom had gotten sick. And then I returned to get a graduate degree in 2008 to get my certification in education to 2010. Then I returned back to college in 2015, and I received my master's in 2017.
So how many years in
In
total?
total, you're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 10. Almost 10 so far. And possibly I may begin a doctoral program, which will probably be approximately another 2 years.
Wow.
Right.
Would you recommend being a math teacher?
Always. Math is the universal language of every culture, every person. It's not something anybody can get rid of. You use it in every single culture that you've ever witnessed.
Yeah, math is very important.
It is. Will you be in the talent show?
Maybe. It's still not a for sure. But
I ask that you please grace us with your talent. Everybody may not know that part of you.
I don't really have a talent. My classmate from my leadership class wants me to play the piano, but I'm still not sure about it. I mean,
Do you play it?
Yeah, I play it by myself. Yeah.
How long have you been playing?
I started when summer first began.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really, like the best or anything, but I just started learning on my own.
Really? So you're self-taught?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. But I got inspired by my dad because when he was younger, he was in a band in Mexico. He just sings and he was in a band. I actually think he would have become famous for it, but he had children and everything, and he just stopped. But I do love music. I also play the guitar.
Really? How long have you been playing that?
Over probably 2 years.
So then why didn't you play that?
I prefer the piano, honestly.
Okay.
I just think it's easier and it sounds better.
Well, then we're hoping that you do be in the talent show then.
We will see.
Thank you.
I came up with more questions
Please.
to ask you. What hobbies do you have that you do outside of school or outside of your profession?
Outside my profession. When I have the opportunity, I am a huge moviegoer for some reason. I've developed that in the last few years. I think with the passing of my mom, I used that time to just not be focused on myself. But hobbies that I've learned, one from my mom, to paint. So my mom was an artist. So she painted figurines, So I learned to do figurine painting. I can do some artwork. I have painted some artwork for her personally. So yeah, painting is another good thing, and I love to read. I have reading on my tablet, on my cell phone, on my computers. I have books on my flash drives, everything. So those are my hobbies.
2 things I also do. I started painting too.
Really?
On little small canvases, and I just put them in my wall.
Oh, you should share them. You should share them and have an art gallery, or maybe we'll have an art walk or have an art gallery and let students share some of their favorite artwork that they have done.
Another question. What's your favorite Netflix show?
I'm not a big Netflix watcher. I am I like a lot. Now, this seems odd, but I love crime shows. So I love law shows because prior to actually becoming a teacher, which was not my...
Documentaries?
I like those too. One of my favorite documentaries, one of my favorite autobiographies is about Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, one of my very favorites. I have 2 autobiographies written about him, as well as I've seen the documentary. The only thing I missed was I got to not see the play on Broadway called Thurgood. I've seen every movie done about him and about his work. But I love law shows. I wanted to be a lawyer. I just didn't want to read that much all the time because it's a lot of law. But my favorite shows are like Pearson, Suits, SUV, on NBC, Special Victims Unit, Bull, on ABC. I mean CBS. That's another one. Those are my favorite shows. I love law shows. Like the law is like the thing. It makes me like kind of like, ooh, that's the law. So yeah. What's your favorite Netflix show?
I honestly don't have one right now because all the TV shows that I've watched, well, I'm done with them. I finished all of them. Like, there's no really interesting ones right now. I want something like, I love Riverdale, but like it just kind of went off. Right now, it's like not that interesting as it was in the beginning, honestly. So if I had to say, I guess that one, but not anymore. Not really. I don't really watch it like that.
Since it's the holidays, do you have a favorite holiday movie?
Yeah, it's Home Alone.
Which one?
The first one.
First one's one of your favorites. My
Classics.
favorite, probably a classic you probably never watched, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. With Chevy Chase. Oh, you should watch it. It's hilarious. It's gut laughing hilarious. Really. But thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others. This is Christopher. He is a former 7th grade student of mine, currently an 8th grader, and he will like to ask me some questions.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What is your point to get across to students when they're taking your class?
I want them to always leave better than they started. I want them to feel like when they walk away from my math class, they've either learned something, gained some knowledge, or they feel more comfortable asking questions about mathematics. I don't ever want them to feel like, it may be difficult, it may be hard, but it cannot be something that they can't overcome. And you're a prime example because I feel like you have grown in the last year and some change that I've known you. You've become a better math student. You've definitely become more confident in math.
So you have any questions for me? Or?
Will you be joining the talent show?
Not at all.
Why not?
I just don't want to.
Okay. What is one of your things that you like to do outside of school?
Outside of school, mostly play basketball. I have 2 teams that I'm playing for. Well,
Currently at one
right
time?
now, because I have BayTech and I have another team.
Really? Never knew that. I'm glad for you to share that information. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Laceto. She is a current 11th grade student. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do. And hi, I'm back. So my question for you is, and you have to answer with a name,
Okay.
who is your favorite student?
Diage Falls. He is a current senior at Martin Luther King High School in Lithonia, Georgia. He will be graduating as a senior with honors. He's my favorite student.
Who is your least favorite?
I would rather not say because this is a public forum and I wouldn't want to isolate him or his parents. But my favorite student, that's my heart right there. I was his 6th grade teacher. I failed him. He'll tell you that. I was his 7th grade teacher and I got to move with them when they went to the 7th grade. So his whole class actually is graduating this year. So those are probably my favorite students. That whole 60, it was 60 of them. Because it was 2 full class periods, but yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, hello, my name is Mr. Wallace. I'm vice principal here at BayTech, and I'm here with Miss Ford, parent of a wonderful 11th grade student. First, I just want to ask you why you choose BayTech for your student.
It's a long story, which is a good story, which is a blessing story. We were transition marker from another city to Oakland, and we did a lot of praying because big school, we didn't know where to put our teenager that he can get all what he wanted. So we prayed on it, and you were the first school to respond by email. I got a lot of phone calls by phone, but you were the first one to respond by email, but it got my attention. I said, oh, email. And then everything has been wonderful. I mean, I came and visited, wonderful. Everything just wonderful, smooth transition. It wasn't crowded.
Right.
Right amount of kids in classroom. I got good report, and it was a lot of what we were looking for our son, and that was a blessing for us.
Yeah.
And we're still here. We're still loving it, and I can't wait till he graduates.
Yeah, he's got one more year.
One more.
But what are your goals for him after he finishes at BayTech?
2 things. One, to work with his uncle, or it's a program for young graduates to help them to get in transition to the adult world. Get it, it's like a off-campus kind of thing.
Okay.
On campus, one of the 2 in Sacramento. So or he can go to college.
Yeah, good.
So it's a lot of things we're looking
Yeah,
for. Hopefully
yeah.
he go in that program.
Yeah, excellent.
Hopefully.
And do you have any questions for me?
Yes. I would like to know. I've been trying to catch up with you for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since, you were the first one that I met.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with this
Mm-hmm.
school, because you were so helpful.
Good, thank you.
There was another teacher, I don't know if it was Miss Powell, but I remember you. I
Mhm.
remember your name.
Mhm.
Your name stuck out. It was easy for me to remember.
Mhm.
And I'm always seeing you in that
Yeah,
suit.
yeah.
I want to know, what prompted you to get to this position, this school?
Yeah, I'd worked at a number of different schools, usually as a teacher, but some administrative responsibilities. Prior to teaching and during teaching, I'd also been coaching, coaching swimming, and one of the things I always liked about coaching was how involved everybody were. We were putting in 80 hours a week with the kids and doing this and working really hard to really make it successful. And I worked at some other schools where I just didn't get that same feeling.
Yes.
Teachers would kind of show up at the last minute and put in bare minimum of work and then leave, and I kind of got the sense that people didn't care as much.
Yes.
I think some of that has to do with just really big schools where people aren't as involved, don't know each other as well.
Right.
But when I started teaching here in 2013, and I felt like everybody was on board.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers would stay later to help out. Teachers were coaching and tutoring and doing all this extra stuff just because they cared and were trying to help. And I thought, this is a good place. I feel like the students are seeing huge improvements, and the teachers are involved, and the rest of the staff is involved. And so kind of just been working hard trying to do my part to make it even better here since then.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing. It's a positive thing being here. Also, for me and my family, we don't have to worry much. This old school setting, which I love the bells.
Yeah,
I love where you at school, which the school is out.
Right.
You don't have that big gap. Whereas you can, get into God knows what. And I love the way of supervision.
Yeah, absolutely.
And where it's a controlled environment. It's more safe, positive. Old school, like I grew up in.
Yeah.
And I like this setting.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
Yeah, excellent.
Real smooth. I can easily get in and get out. I can't no stairs.
Yeah, good. Before we wrap it up, want to remind everyone, of course, that we've got finals coming up the last 2 days before break. Also want to let you know that next week's Friday video will actually be postponed till the following Monday. So if you wake up Friday ready to go to watch that video, you're gonna have to wait till Monday to catch it. But it'll be another good one here at BayTech.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.